What's up, everybody? Another video, Mike from Slow Speed, obviously. I've been filming a lot of videos inside the car lately. Not really the coronavirus thing, just inside the car. I find it a little bit easier. If you guys see my last video, it's more so like a vlog style, not really too much informative, but I switched over to MHD. I went over the main reason I switched over to MHD in the last video, but today is more so of me just comparing MHD with previous software tuning platform that I had, boot mode. Before, I kind of just want to go outside and just do a quick walk around of the car, show you guys, I don't know, how it looks. I don't know, haven't really showed you guys how the car looked in a little bit. A lot of you guys been seeing the car obviously more and more, picking up a decent amount of subscribers, and a lot of you guys live in the area. A lot of you people see me, you guys say what's up, and I appreciate that. You know, I give a honk, wave, whatever I could back, but yeah, appreciate that. And yeah, take a walk around the car and show you guys around a little bit. As you can see, I still yet to buy a replacement boomerang thing. I really got to order that thing. It's looking a little, you know. Other than that, the car went on a lift the other day just to walk over and check over a couple of things. 0 leaks reporting, so that's good. Front tires are good. The rear tires, they're gonna need replacing soon, so we'll get to that. The outside looks like I have a decent amount of tread. On the inside, it don't look like this. It don't look like this at all. I've been trying to hold off on a lot of burnouts and donuts. I like to spin the tire a little bit, especially when I'm rolling. So hey, tires pretty much obviously getting chewed away. Yeah, that's pretty much most updates about it. I want to change the wheel color, obviously. Just have to get some cash. Been spending a lot on this tuning stuff, and I've been spending a lot on the car in general. And I don't want to dump all my money into the car, obviously, so bear with me, guys, okay? Data logging this tune, I've noticed that I've yet to data log like this before, or I guess go and deal with the revision process before like I have now. The communication with this tuner is very, very good. Like I said, I'm calling Tuner X. The thing is, it's always going to be faster. When I put on a mod, for the most part, it always be faster than it was before. So my impressions are just like, holy cow. You know, when I first installed the turbo, it was a lot faster than stock turbo. You know, it felt a little better. It felt a lot better. You know, sounded a lot better. But it wasn't properly done. So that's why I say I'm going to kind of do everything I can, get everything dialed before I give you guys my impressions, because, well, my impressions are always going to be good when I'm installing something. Talk to you guys a little bit as I look at my car simultaneously, because it looks beautiful. One of the best things is to sit back, take a look at what you created, and enjoy it, man. Look at that. Looks good, man. Looks good. No regrets on the color. The color is freaking amazing. Now, what I kind of chalked up from boot mode versus MHD is that boot mode is more of Apple, whereas MHD is more of Android. And what I mean by that is boot mode is like a proprietary type of system. You know, everything is done in the boot mode kind of, I don't know, like network. It's kind of governed by the cloud, like accessible by the cloud. They always know what you're doing. They know what the status of your car is. MHD is more of the Android. What I say that is, you know, it's more like just a tuning software where you can just grab files off of anywhere. You can't grab outside files on your computer and just upload them to your car with boot mode. MHD, you can. You can literally open up any laptop or computer and then, because nothing is kept on the computer with boot mode. Everything's sort of like in the cloud. Whereas MHD, everything is on that device. So that tablet or whatever, once you lose that tablet, drop it, whatever case it be, the files that are saved on there cannot be accessed again. It's pretty much the gist of it. It's all the same thing when you boil it down. If you want to tune your car, if you want to modify your car, if you want to add certain things, just tuning wise, they are just platforms to do so. You know, they're pretty much the same thing. Like I said, most likely just went with it because that's what my tuner prefers, and thought it was only $250 in the beginning, but the monitor is another $100 as well. So I ain't gonna waste you guys' time with too much of the comparisons. Just want to let you guys know, depending on what you want to do, you know, off the shelf, I think boot mode's better because you couple that with the transmission flash that comes with the boot mode software. If you're gonna do custom tuning, XHP, definitely night and day difference with custom tuning, bigger turbos, and the case may be. So if you're gonna have to get boot mode and XHP together, you might as well just get MHD and XHP. that makes any sense. I'm going to just get on and show you guys the interface, how easy, how difficult, and just how to install certain maps with MHD. So before I was waiting for Tuner XSME revision number 3, I think we are at, or no, we actually at number 4. He sent me number 3, did the 3rd log. So hopefully this time we can fully up the boost. He's been having me do a lot of drivability things, I guess, just to make sure the car is functioning properly. So I guess he can turn up the boost. Seems like a very responsible tuner, if you ask me. But I was waiting for him to send revision 4 so that I can explain this process to you guys while actually flashing the car. However, I am not going to reflash the 3rd revision on here, but I will give you guys kind of right up to you hit the flash button. So first and foremost, you guys can see from the last video, I changed my tablet. I purchased a Nexus 7 on Amazon. We all know how my luck goes. So I got it used, obviously, and it literally crashed on me like today. So I ran out to Micro Center and I grabbed this. This is a Lenovo Tab E8. I was told by the guys it wasn't the greatest tablet, but we're just running, you know, MHD here. So you don't need the full guns out. Like I said, a Nexus 7 from 2013 did the trick. Yeah, so like I said, links down below on some of the supplies and where you can get some of these things at. And I will be changing the last link from before because I will no longer recommend a Nexus, which is kind of unfortunate because I think that tablet was good. However, I just think I might have got a bad one. But I will, I guess, recommend this for now, the time being. So with that being said, first thing is first, you need this right here. Now I recommend this. You can hook it up to the tablet wired. In my opinion, I don't really think that's really necessary nor important. I would suggest going with the MHD tuning wireless adapter. Now I know E-series cars, F-series cars, and all of that is uses different adapters. So make sure you get the correct adapter for your vehicle. It's just a simple OBD. You don't need to worry about this Ethernet on the back. I think that's just if you want to hook it up wired style. For now, just I guess focus on this. And some of the reasons why I think you would want to hook it up wired style is because if you're using a tablet like this where I don't have an internet connection built in, I have to jump off of my phone. So while purchasing some license on the tablet, you got to switch back from this Wi-Fi connection to your phone Wi-Fi connection in order to successfully do that. It's a little tricky, but you can do it like I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the car. Goes right underneath on the OBD port like all the other things. You guys are not familiar with where they go in the 435s, or I think a lot of the F30s, just find your trunk button, which will be right down below, and it'll kind of be to the right of that, right in that area underneath. So yeah, second step, I'm gonna go ahead and fire this up before I put the car in ignition mode. Now, if you guys know, I do have the door open and I do not have a battery tender on the car right now. The first flash that I did, which you guys can see in the last video, I hooked up a battery tender to it just in case, because it was the first flash, so it has to do the unlocking and things of that nature. But now I'm just literally just switching maps technically, so this takes about 20 to 30 seconds, and I highly doubt I would need a battery tender for that. Other thing, as long as the door stays open, you're fine. Just if the door's open and you start to flash, just make sure you don't close it. One thing I would recommend is for you to always use your seatbelt though, just like boot mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on first because I will forget that. Leaving everything untouched. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the tablet. Let me fire up the screen recorder in this thing so you guys have an idea. Now it already linked up to the Wi-Fi because I already have it set up. You'll notice because I'll have an explanation point letting you know that it's connected but no internet. I'm gonna go into the MHD software. Go ahead and put this on the ignition mode. Turn off heat, air conditioning, whatever you have. Make sure that angel eyes don't have to be off, but just the headlights. Now if you look right here, hopefully you guys can see it in the screen recorder. You'll see we have a ton of different options. I'll go through each one of them very quickly. Now, tune selection, we have a bunch of drop down. We have flash and MHD map, which would be your off-the-shelf maps. Flash a back-end map, which I think would have something to do with running like a JB4. You're flashing like a you're flashing a back-end map, and you use JB4 as like kind of like the boost controller, if that makes any sense. Flash custom map is what I use. You use that to flash a file stored on the tablet, emailed to you by your tuner. Next we have stock maps operations. Now go ahead and click on that. Obviously flashback to stock, flash stage 0. So basically flashback to stock and flash stage 0, which is stock power. One keeps MHD in the car, one does not. So I guess one locks the car back up if you want to take it to the dealer or whatever the case may be. And you got generate, update, updated backup. Now I use that every time I get a new tablet. So I got a new tablet now, and when I had the last tablet before, and also when I was sending over my base map to the tuner, I went ahead and clicked that button. It downloaded the base map on the car for this car's VIN. Back out of there. MHD license store, obviously that's where you purchase all your license from. So it would capture the VIN number from the car and tell you what licenses you have available for that vehicle. And user guide is obviously a user guide. We're gonna go into the middle tab. We have monitor, obviously manual login, auto login, Grapholog to look at it. I recommend you would pull it up on a bigger screen though. Options would be what you want specifically logged or what you want captured in the data login. Gauges layout, just kind of what you want to see. So I'll show you guys clips of that as well. It's kind of like the gauges you drive around where you kind of keep an eye out on it. And datazap.me, no freaking clue. Last but not least, and this is very, very useful as well, is your read DME codes. Now, this can be used to read DME codes. If you had a check engine light, if you don't, might be a hidden code. You go ahead and tap that button, you figure out what's going on with it. So right now, I can tap it, let you guys know what's going on with the car, right? So if you guys look at it, I have 2 codes on right now that throw the check engine light active. They are oxygen sensor after call, electrical line disconnection, and I have the oxygen sensor heated activation. So that all has to do with something in the oxygen sensor that's going to faulty. To replace the oxygen sensor, that would be after the catalytic converter, the second one. So yeah, you know exactly what I need to do. Save that $180 diagnostic fee that BMW try to rape you with. Now the next one will be reset adaptations. This is a ton of things that you can reset. You can single them out and reset them. Just follow the instructions. It says like if you're using throttle, 30 seconds. You guys understand that. I'm not going to get too much in depth in all of this because I mean it's kind of makes sense. If you need to register the battery, then this is where you're going to need to go, right? So we're going to back out of here and we're going to go back to tune. Now this is how I tune. You're going to go to flash a custom map and boom, right here. This is for my car right here. And we're going to go ahead, click on that, contact DME. And now we have some options here. Battery charger is recommended. Like I said, I've already used that. I've already unlocked it. Flash MHD on there. I don't really think I need that. You know, the trick is try not to use as much battery as you possibly can. This is where you'd find a lot of your settings. Like in boot mode, where you click on the options, it's pretty much the same thing. Enable startup roar, exhaust spurable, cold start reduction. I'm actually going to select something like the roar and cold start. I had those options checked before, but I switched tablets and it just completely wiped out. It's what I was describing about how boot mode keeps the settings and MHD, once you switch devices, it does not. The rest of this. Now I do have a 3.5 bar T-map installed. However, my tuner went ahead and incorporated that in the tune host, so he specifically told me to not check that box. Also, spool settings are selected as well. Dorch and XDI, Precision Works as well, for the coils, they all have their little checkbox. So if you have that and the tuner has not specifically hard-coded that in, you will select that in the car, and this MHD program will adjust the tune need be. We're going to back out of there, and you see map right. So it says about 2 minutes. In all reality, it's going to take about 20 seconds. However, what you guys can expect is to be waiting 30 seconds after. So 20 seconds of flashing, you'll see a whole bunch of things go haywire on the car, transmission malfunction, drivetrain malfunction, you know the gist of it. And once that is done, I mean, you gotta wait about 30 seconds. Just don't do anything, it'll power the car off. Then 30 seconds, fire it up, and you should be all good to go. What I like to do is I like to go in and check the status of the car. So I'll go into the iDrive, make sure all systems are okay, or well, all the systems that were okay before are okay now. I know boot mode, I had fueling issues maybe sometimes, and this, that, and the third, and you would just need to do an online recode. This is different software, and I have not experienced anything like that. And I flashed it a few times. Like I've said, I'm on the 4th revision now. Hope that was a little informative to you guys. You guys could compare that with my boot mode video and kind of see the differences. Extremely easy to use. It's pretty much bare bones. kind of like a backdoor type of system, whereas boot mode has like a whole, I don't know, engaging thing. Stay tuned for the XHP video as well. That's kind of like the transmission flash that, I mean, goes together with all tunes and really wakes up this car. A lot of you guys have been asking, how is my car sound just a tad bit different? And to be honest with you, it is a transmission flash. When you're shifting gears, the blip on the downshift, all of that is the transmission flash. It really made the car sound a lot different while shifting gears. Made it sound really, really like the big 1JZ big Spoolie Boy 4000 and not R154, but I mean, yeah, R154 trans if you shift really fucking fast, or DCT type. So yeah, it goes together well. One thing I have noticed, if you're flashing off the shelf, it will give you different variants. If you have an automatic, manual trans, or XHP, I think I like splitting it up like this, giving you guys kind of like, you know, how I do it or whatever the case, and then breaking it down and giving you guys the nitty gritty in case you guys are curious as to how something like this may work. Mike from Slow Speed, thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys check out a lot more of my videos. With that being said, I'm gonna take my car and get up out of here. Can't go in the boost too crazy because I'm just following the instructions of Tuner X.